Hi guys, this is Teaching Faye Heidi back with another Flosstube number 12. Today is the January 7, 2023. Still hard to say it. I'm still on the mode of saying 2022. Back after missing for a month, the month of December. I do want to wish belated Merry Christmas for all my Flosstube friends who celebrate Christmas, and happiest New Year to everyone. All the blessings of 2023. I hope everybody's doing good. My excuse not being the missing December of 2022 was a short story. I was sick then, and middle of it I lost my voice for a while. If I spoke a lot, I would start having a coughing fit, so I did not want to make any videos. Now that I'm feeling better, I decided to make a video about all my finishes of almost all. Some of the fully finished, I forgot to pick it up, but that's okay, I have enough. 2022, and do WIP update. I will not do the plans this video because it's gonna take too long. Probably I'll do another video in a week or so. But for now, mostly this video is gonna be about finishes of previous year and what I worked on the last 4 or 5 weeks. That's it. I'm gonna just jump into showing all my finishes. I have some kind of storage. I would put all my cards of the finished library cards of my finished item of the years. So I'm just gonna go through the cards, read it, and whatever it is, I'll show it, and let's see how it's gonna work out. And my first one that I finished it was February 25th, 2022 was the Cricut Collection Spring. The spring stitching. It's a little bit, the spring is the most pastel-y one, so it's the hardest to show. Let me see if I can do it slowly. And this is stitched on 28 count even weave. Seafoam, I believe. It's not a hand-dyed fabric. This was my first finish of 2022. Not fully finished, just finished. The reason I'm not fully finishing this because I want to do all 4 seasons and see if I can do something, finish them, all of them together one way, so I can fully finish them in one frame or in one, whatever item I'm gonna put it on. All right, and the second one is with dye needle and thread, Hannah Wallace 1850. This one is a sampler. I did 32 count Belfast linen. This is the Hannah Wallace line. Yeah, I had to double check it. So this is with dye needle and thread, 32 count Belfast linen, Hannah Wallace. This I finished, let me just put the stats before I put it away. I started this March 7, 2022, and I finished it on March 14, 2022. I did work only on this one at that time. That's why I was able to finish it. Over here, this is all 1/1, and the wording 1/1. I do want to frame this. So far, I have not yet been able to go to framer. So this is Hannah Wallace 1850 with dye needle and thread. I do stitch a lot of with dye needle and thread, so you're gonna see a lot of them. And I have stitched this all with those lower cases also are 1/1. A lot of my samplers and regular stitching I do with the DMC. Also this one, it's just more accessible for me, DMC, than other threads. There's no LNS around me, so I have to order it, and it's easier to do with DMC. The third one I finished it is With Thy Needle and Thread Tulip Festival, and also in month of March. This is a small one, so it was a fast finish. Needs a bow on her neck. I did one, but it got ruined, so I have to find a bow and put it on. I'm not sure, should I finish her as a pillow or frame it? I'm not sure, but this is more springy. This one is hand-dyed floss from my own stash. Actually, this one too. Actually, this is stitched all on hand-dyed floss, but from my own stash. I did not use what was called for, but in the spirit of With Thy Needle and Thread Tulip Festival. This is my third finish. Excuse me. And then I finished Glittering Leaves by Nora Corbett. I started her 2021, but I finished it 2022. So I started it and I left probably season. This is autumn. Probably I started 2021 autumn, then I left it and I finished it in March. Nora Corbett, Glittering Leaves. This is Water Lilies, which is one. There is called for 2 different kind of water lilies, but when you stitch it, it changes its own color. It's very variegated water lilies. All the leaves are stitched with that, and the only bead you need is over here on her wand. And this is Nora Corbett, Autumn Leaves. Okay, and this was my 4th finish. And I think this was the only Nora finish I did for year of 2022. Then I worked on Plum Street Samplers 100 Ways. This is stitched on 32 count printed vintage country mocha linen. And the middle, the men and the ladies' faces are 1/1. And the rest are called for, I think, hand-dyed floss. This is a Jane Austen saying. It says, "I suppose there may be 100 different ways of being in love." Jane Austen. I still don't know how to finish it, so it's gonna stay here until inspiration strikes me. But I'm glad I have her finished. After that, I finished Shepherd's Bush Little Witch, which I stitched her on 32 count linen country mocha, vintage country mocha, because it has variegation. It comes with all the floss and the button. And with Shepherd's Bush, usually we stitch one silk floss over 2. And this is called Little Witch. It sells as a kit. I don't think it sells as a pattern alone. So, but you can find this pattern from eBay. When the stitcher finishes, a lot of time they do sell the pattern. Okay, after that, I finished the Carriage House Sampler, Sarah Spur, but it's fully finished, so it's on my wall. I forgot to bring it down. I forgot to bring this down too, Mill Hill. And then I finished Sir Thomas by Glendon Place. I did show Sir Thomas on my Thanksgiving video. So it's one of my previous videos. I did not bring it down. After that, I finished the Prairie Schooler Hocus Pocus, book number 197. And I finished it on 32 count witched copper penny, witched linen copper penny with the owl forest embroidery floss, and small minor details. I changed the face of the witches. I did hand-dyed floss of green color, filled in the hand and the sun with white. What else I changed it? Oh, those are the shiny flosses I used. So basically, because my fabric color I chose darker, I did I lighten up some of the motifs. So this one I started it on March 2022 and I finished May 2022. Hocus Pocus. After that, I finished Plum Street Samplers Tire Trio. I stitched this on 32 count. Picture this plus Sprite. This is called Tire Trio. I used DMC and hand-dyed floss that I had at home. I did not use the cold for ones. I'm planning to stitch the whole series, or at least most of it, and make it pillows in one dobo or something. So far I'm just stitching them and putting aside. After that, I cannot pronounce the company's name. It's a French company, Lady and the Unicorn, Princess Company, La Dame à la, I'm not gonna say it, Princess Company. It's a French company, so it came as a kit with 18 count Ada. And it says tapestries. I talked extensively the video I showed, I finished it. It says several tapestries from 1600, I think. They found in France. It's in a museum, and basically each tapestry has a meaning. This one is the sense of taste. They have a sense of hearing, sense of touch, and the figures explain the whole story. So this one is sense of taste. Over here, she's giving her food. The monkey is eating the food. So all the figures have a meaning. And this lion repeats with all the tapestries. So if you guys want to know more about this whole set, all the stories, one of my, I think it's the third or fourth video, I go through all the story, all of it extensively, and I show the stories and stuff. So this is Lady and the Unicorn. I stitched 18 count Ada that came with the kit, 1 floss over 1. It suggested 2 floss over 1, but it was too bulky, so I opted out for 1 floss over 1 for this one, and I think it looks good. I do have Lady of the sense of hearing, and I also have a sense of vision. So I think I have those two. I don't have all 7 of them. After I finished the sampler, I finished Lizzie Kate at Our House. It's just, I think I can call it a sampler. I think I can. I have finished this one I started 2021. I finished it. Over here I'm saying 9/5. September. So I finished it September. All called for fabric, called for floss. So this is Lizzie Kate at Our House. I think I mixed up the order because I think I finished this one before that. Pineberry Lane, partial and a peck. This is a small one. Quick start and finish. I think I worked 2 days on this one. Pineberry Lane. And I worked on Picture This Plus, Valor Casual Linen, 28 count. Let's see. Barbara Anna design Witch Pumpkin. Started it on the August and finished September. I did stitched her on 36 count Grandpa Sleeve by XJU design. Barbara Anna, and it's called Witch Pumpkin. I did use a charm instead of stitching the key. I used the charm. I have also stitched her three sisters together, and I added some accessories, so I wanted her to match with them. So each of those designs, I'm gonna add a charm or a button, something that gives a 3D look. So this is Barbara Anna Witch Pumpkin. I'm gonna call this one a finish, even though it's not the entire design, because I wanna make it into a drum. It's called, it is from Told in a Garden, the quilting. Basically at the top has all 3 quilts, which I did not do, it was full coverage. So I just finished the ladies quilting, 28 count raw natural linen. There is a sale going on, by Michelle McGraw is hosting it with, God, she does all the tutorings, she finishing tutorials online. The moment I'm gonna link both of the stitchers that are doing this sale together. It's for Told in a Garden, Lavender and Lace. I think it's mostly Told in a Garden. So the quilting. This one I had it so long, but when I found out they were doing the sale, I just jumped in because I wanted to at least have one finish. Then I finished the Lizzie Kate Betty broomstick, which it's a fully finished. So fully finishes, I did not bring it. It's only finishes. I brought it here. After Betty broomstick and the M designs of the witch, those were 2 stand-ups. I done it. I stitched Blackbird design. What is the name of them? I did not put the name. The Raven Bewitched. Just realized on my card I did not put the name of the stitching. So this is Blackbird design, Raven Bewitched. I used DMC floss instead of the, those are called for DMC floss. I changed the red to 3777. And I think some of the stars, I changed it so that all the greens won't line up, all the rest won't line up. But it's all called for DMC colors. Blackbird design, Raven Bewitched. So pretty. This year I'm gonna stitch more Blackbird designs. I think I was having so much fun. 36 count, raw natural linen, 2/2. For 36 count, if it's hand dyed, I can do 1/2. But if it's not hand dyed, I decided I like more if I do it 2/2. After this, I put it down, Plum Street Samplers, Solemn Sisters. here everywhere. So I started this 2019 or 2018, I'm not pretty sure. 40 count platinum linen, but I finished it November. Plum Street Sampler Salem Sisters. I stitched with a hand-dyed floss, but I used my own. And it says puzzles. You have to find the witches' faces, 15 stars. Found the witches' faces. It's not a secret. It's the pattern's been out since 2007. 15 stars. And there was another puzzle. I really enjoyed stitching it. When I started stitching on this one, I was new with the 40 count, so I was having a hard time. But this time around, when I picked it up, I was really enjoying it. Well, after, I'm not sure if it after or before, I also finished Stony Creek at the same time as that one, Magic in the Air. I might have finished around the same time. Seems like it says the same dates. This one is Stony Creek. Magic in the Night. Oh no, Magic in the Night, not in the air. 18 count linen, 1/1 with a 310. This one, I might have started 2018 or 2019, but I finished it this year. So I have a lot of finishes this year because I started a lot of them, but I did not finish them. So this year was almost finished items. It was easier for me to pick up and finish this, finish that. That's why looks like I have quite a bit done. All right, and during the Halloween time, I finished Kathy Berry Halloween Greetings. And I stitched her this one on 18 count Ada. I think might be the called for color on 18 count. So over here, there's the words Halloween Greetings. I took it out and I just stitched it with DMC, the design without the words. Kathy Berry Halloween Greetings. Okay, this is Christmas finish. Prairie Schooler book number 175, Santa's Night. I stitched this one on 14 count block Ada. Over here for the white, I could not use DMC regular floss, so I used the pearl cotton number 12. 1/1 for the pearl cotton. So this has two small ornaments. I'm still stitching it, but this one is finished. And it has also companion piece on block, Starry Night or something like that. So I'm trying to stitch both big ones and the small ornaments before I decide how to finish them. I did start this 2020 and I finished it 2022. And yeah, this is Thanksgiving one, I think. I finished Shannon Christine Design Pumpkin Spice and 14 count hand-dyed Ada Morning Dew. I am gonna put this is my kitchen because of the lights. I'm sitting on my kitchen. I'm gonna put this in this room, so and I want it probably this wall over here. so I wanted a bigger one. Pumpkin Spice by Shannon Christine Design. When I work on Ada, I work in hand, so it goes faster because I can do the sewing method. But when I'm using the hoop, I have to poke and pull method. It slows me down. So Ada ones usually finish faster than the linen ones. Okay, Mill Hill. This is a new finish that I have not shown you guys yet. Mill Hill Autumn Series Harvest Corn. I was working on it a month ago when I showed you guys, but since it's been a month, I managed to finish. Why am I putting it upside down? This has to be this way. I want it for this season, but it's gonna be ready for the next season. It has so many beads. And let me see if I can show you guys on the side. All the beads, it's full coverage. One of the hardest mill hills that I have done, it usually takes me fast few days. This one took me a while to finish it. But I love it. It's beautiful. I have a frame. I have several of Mill Hill frames. I just I change them for the seasons. So this is Autumn Series Harvest Corn. If you want to know the number for it's available now. Sometimes it goes out of stock, but usually it's available. It's not out of print. This out of print one. Okay. Okay, this one I started and finished it. I have not shown you guys yet. It's from Plum Street Samplers for You. I think it's a series. This is the one. It has 2 and 3. I stitched this one on 36 count raw natural linen. This is the called for floss, but the rest of it I use my own, and I use for the white B5200. Pretty small, like compared to my hand, it's smaller than my hand. Plum Street Samplers for You. So those are my new finishes. I have not yet guys shown those yet, so I'm getting close to finishing showing all my finishes. Said so many finishes. So then I worked on Erica Michaels Ebony's Christmas, 14 count country mocha, not vintage, it's not variegated, it's country mocha. No, not 14, 40 count. And I finished this before Christmas on the 23rd. Last time I showed you guys, I had the carriage and the horse, and I had the ebony Scrooge that I thought I should put my initials until I realized ES is the ebony Scrooge, so I left it on. So anything up here is new. Erica Michaels Ebony Scrooge. I am gonna frame this. It has a companion piece. I'm gonna stitch that, then frame them together. So also worked and finished it. Because I didn't do video for a while, so I did not have a chance to show the progress. This one, which is, let me see, with a needle and thread, plum pudding. CS246, that's the chart number. I have used my own hand-dyed floss because it's a small pattern. I don't want to buy the whole floss. So this is called Plum Pudding by With Dye Needle and Thread. This is so cute. I love it. Like small details, tiny. I might frame it or make a pillow and leave it all year round because we cook all year round. So cooking related, drink related, I'm thinking I can leave it all year because I don't want to put them away. And I also started and finished it. Let me see. Not Forgotten Farm Blue Bless Nickel. Yeah, that's what it says. So yeah, Blue Bless Nickel. I worked on this one. This is stitched on 32 count. Picture this plus Bramble Belfast linen. This is the bramble color. When I bring it closer, it looks lighter. So the bow, I think they were saying black, but I wanted to go red because it's Christmas. And this is the key. I got it from Hobby Lobby. Honestly, I like the Not Forgotten Farms. I like that she adds bows. I have one that is asking for a small strawberry. I do like adding 3D accessories, and kind of this design drew me because of accessories that she was suggesting. I'm not sure if she was saying the key. I think she did, but different kind. Mine is from Hobby Lobby and red instead of black. I did left the pipe because I thought it's his personality. I didn't want to change it. So this is Not Forgotten Farm Blue Bless Nickel. Oh, I did change it's asking for DMC floss for his code. I did change it to, what did I do? Silks for You PR035, the blue color for his code is Silks for You Silk PR035 instead of 930 because 930 looked too dark. And for ecru, which was used for the beard, I used B5200. And over here for 645 instead of 645, I use 644. It's a darker one color darker than suggested. And for 919, which is I think this one, I use 352. Not Forgotten Farm. So I wanted keep the best for the last finish of the year. Is my best finish, and I want to show you guys now. Of course, it's my Mirabilia, and I'm so excited. See, I'm going go. This is the Christmas Queen, Royal Holiday Christmas Queen. Ta-da! I love working on her so much. It took me a really long, not really long time. This was my last year's birthday start, so it took me about 8 months or something, but I was working consistently on her. So I worked on her. This is 32 count gingerbread Lugana, and from Picture This Plus. I have worked on it 5, 10, 15, 25 days, stitchy days. So it takes a long time. Few things I would like to say it has a lot of whispers. When I worked on it, both legs I did it with a whisper floss, which is a fuzzy floss. From my experience, I would suggest if you guys gonna do it, not only you're gonna use a lot if you use this one, which is it suggests 3 spools of whisper. I would suggest to use the bottom legs regular 5200 and the top legs the regular whisper. It would look more fuller, and also you will use less whisper. Also the cranic over here, I'm not sure the name of it. Last 3 stitches I ran out of it. I did one time frogging and I was very careful, but yeah, it takes a lot of cranic. You have to be very careful, and you might need to use a second spool, at least a little bit. I end up using a little bit extra over here. So last time I showed you guys, I had all her. I finished this part, candle, and a whole bunch of ninja stitches and beads. Let me see if I can come closer and show you everything. So pretty. Yeah, really happy about it. Mirabilia Royal Holiday, a Christmas Queen. It is surprisingly available chart. I would but it's older chart, so if you guys ever gonna think of stitching her, I would suggest to buy it now, because I see a lot of people stitch, and I would suggest you to get it. She's worth it. So Royal Holiday, I just don't want to put it down. So my biggest finish of the year. So after this, now I'm gonna show my works in progresses. I have quite a bit, I think 5 weeks of progress. Oh no, I have one more finish, never mind. I also finished my Prairie Schooler. I do every year, or one or two Prairie Schooler I finish it, because I wanna make all pillows, but so for now I have several of them. I showed my last Christmas video. So I did finish him on 2022. This is not the hollies. This one is that you kiss under it, mistletoe. So I was gonna do red hollies, but decided to go with mistletoe. Mistletoe flowers are white. It had a northern light. It says northern light. That's what, well, over here. See, it says northern light and it says squares. No, Arctic light, sorry. Over here. So if you guys see mine difference, instead of putting Arctic lights, I put the year, and I added more of the, I just randomly added more of the vines and the leaves and the flowers. So I made it more, I don't know, a little bit different. Prairie Schooler 2022. So this is my officially the last finish, yes. Now I'm gonna just go one by one with my finishes, no, not finishes, WIPs. I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Well, actually, you know what, never mind, I have one more finish. I guess I was not done finishes, forgot the paper here, that's why. Mill Hill Holidays 9 Button and Bead Kit, Frosty and Friends. This is older kit, but the way I understand, Mill Hill is reprinting a lot of its older kits. Well, let me see. This one is a fast one. Cannot find the right corner to show it. Last time I guys showed you, these two guys were done, so I added the borders, the trees, and the beads. The only thing is the beads, you have to attach one at a time, so it takes a lot of time to add one and end the floss, one and end the floss. I cannot run behind it because it's a see-through. If I have lines, like over here, you would see lines like the northern light or something. So I had to finish each one separately. So this is Mill Hill, Frosty and Friends. Yeah, I think one more. I guess I'm not done finishes. This one is Merry Christmas with dye needle and thread. It was suggested to use 28 count fabric, 28 count what? Mushroom Lugana, and stitch 1 over 1. I used 28 count Murano. I believe you get it from Michael's. I had tea and coffee dyed it, and I stitched 2 over 2. I did use, I think the reindeer I used code for, but the Santa's coat is from the Silks for You silk. Because I overcooked my fabric and it had like some areas was hard to stitch. I used the other side of my fabric to make a back. I stitched small motifs at the backs, and I put in the year and some more Christmas tree motifs, and I attached it like the way you stitch this is by hand and no sewing machine. And I use the same stitching method that we do the biscornues. And I got, this is pretty good. One of my favorite finishes. With dye needle and thread. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm gonna start. Let me see. Where did I put it? One moment, please. All right. Started just none crystal roses. Just none usually comes with the beads, and let me see, where's the number? It doesn't have the number, chart number. Just none comes with its own bead packages or the charm packages, and I started this actually on the 4th. This is the one I'm working on right now. Let's see. And so far I'm just doing all the whites. I did to put some beads to see how it looks. I am using 28 count natural linen. I think that's what it's asking for. No, it's asking for legacy linen. I'm using natural linen. Legacy linen, I did not have it, so I am using 28 count natural linen. I'm using the whites are done with the pearl cotton, 12 size 12, and there's a Swarovski crystals all around, and those beads are 2mm beads, so they are pretty big ones. Once I finish this is gonna be super shiny. Right now, so far I'm just putting the background, like the bones of the design. But once it's finished, I'm gonna put all it has a lot of pinks, light, dark pinks, fuchsias, really pretty one. So just none. Then I worked on Blackbird Designs, What Remains is Love. did quite a bit work on it, and I'm brave. I put the year already, so I have to finish on 2023 because I already did it, the year. I didn't finish it, but I put the year. So I worked basically this side, the border, the birds, peacock. What Remains Is Love by Blackbird Designs. See? Then I'll just put it this way. This is exclusive from Kitten Stitcher website. Margaret Doyle, Hands Across the Seas, Hands Across the Sea. And Margaret Doyle, 1850. I'm working on Cold for fabric, 40 count Eureka linen. It is from Fox and Rabbit. Last a week or so, I checked the website, and it showed that this is still available. So if you guys are thinking of buying it, this one is still available. But it's exclusive for this shop. So if you want to get this design, you have to get from the Kitten Stitcher. I was reading some chats. There was a chat that people were saying this might be a little boy or little girl, because little boys at that time were wearing, younger boys, that people did dress them up dresses. But I think Nicola's video, she did say that it's a girl with the short hair. It's not a boy. But people were wondering if it's a boy or a girl. So this is Margaret Doyle, and the fabric is this color. Usually when I back off, the fabric color is better. When I get closer, you can see the stitching better. So Margaret Doyle, 1850 is available as of today's recording date. I don't know if you guys watch later on, a year from now, it might not be available. So I also worked on Carriage Garden, Carriage House samplings, the Garden Glade. I did use 40 count cream Newcastle linen. So this is not a hand-dyed linen. Middle of the stitching the tree. Last time I showed you guys, I had the outline of the dress. I had her head and this sleeve and the flower. So I added all the grass, filled in her skirt, and started the tree. It has quite a bit stitching on it. Carriage House Garden Glade. Leeds House samplings. I don't think I have the paper for it. 28 count. I worked on this one. Rosewood Manor. Leeds House samplings, and this one is I stitched on Cold for 28 count casual helix linen. It is a big one, so new position, new area, so I'm kind of relearning how to hold it, and I'm kind of rusty, so excuse me if I am a little bit off. Okay, and I'm doing upside down. I used to mark it, but since I started these two letters, I'm okay to know that this is the up, this is the down, because you basically repeat 4 times. I had, last time I showed, I had this, and partially, I think this one. So I finished this. I did the entirety of this side, and I started the letters. Leeds House Samplers, Rosewood Manor, on helix linen. Then did more stitching on Prairie Schooler, Christmas Eve. I am changing my Santas and the houses on blues. I have a few of my Prairie Schooler stitchings Christmas changed to blues, so I'm trying to match it up to make a blue Christmas corner. I have the reds and I want to have the blues, so I decided to do the blue Santa version. So as I go, I'm changing the colors of my Santas and whatever I can find the reds, I am changing with blues. 32 count murky linen. So finished quite a bit of the this toys. I had it already. One reindeer, added the second reindeer and added more snowflakes. I might have been changing this middle green too, I'm not sure. So it's Prairie Schooler, Christmas Eve. I think it says 2 reindeers, yeah, and I need the town. Underneath, I need the town. So this is pretty small one. I'm hoping this year I can finish it. Then I worked on the Scarlet Letter, Elizabeth Isles. Designer is Marsha Parker. I'm working on 38 count Legacy Linen. Legacy Linen Brewer's Melt. Last time I had these cherubs up to here. No, I'm saying backwards. I had all these cherubs, this vase up to here. These two, I even made a note that they did not have pants. I added a cherub and started the vase and small motifs. This is Elizabeth Isles by Scarlet Letter. Magnets got attached to each other. I worked on Prairie Schooler, Christmas Alphabets. I'm working on 28 count hand-dyed linen by me. I did middle start because I just didn't want to count. It's gonna be long and thin, but it doesn't need all this fabric. I just didn't want to count. So I'm doing middle start. I started with the nutcracker and I'm just adding boxes and more letters. They're tiny. But honestly, for now, the Christmas stitchings I'm gonna put aside. I got a little bit tired, so I'm gonna put aside for now. I will pick it up after a few months probably. I just wanna right now stitch Valentine's or spring. I did start the Nora Corbett in Inkberry Holly. I started on 32 count Crystal Lagoon Belfast linen. I love this design, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be my one or last. If I have one or two, I'll use it, but I'm not gonna buy any more sparkly linen. It confuses me. It looks good. This is her hand, is gonna be here. This is the berries. But it was making my eyes tired. So I cannot stitch for a long time because the sparkle of the fabric, you guys see it? Makes it so hard for my eyes that I can stitch only a little bit, then I get tired. My eyes get watery. And it's 32 count. I had also the same fabric, bigger cut for the Mirabella Mermaid. Maybe not the exact same color. It's the Pirate Mermaid, one of the mermaids. Which one is it? And I have it all kitted up. But now that I'm stitching her on it, I'm planning to change the fabric for the other one because I really did not like. I like the results. My eyes are, I guess, getting older. I'm having a hard time going through it, stitching for too long. Which one is it? Okay. This is also a shiny opalescent fabric. That's the word I'm looking for. Opalescent fabric. That's an opalescent fabric, and this one is opalescent. And Christmas in London, 32 count, white opalescent. So it's a little bit better because it's white. I'm not having as much hard time as with the darker opalescent fabric. There are people, they only stitch on opalescent, but I guess it's not for me. I left the skin alone because I was contemplating, and that's why I left it. And basically I worked on her skirt. Christmas in London. Even though this is Christmassy, I can work throughout the year because it has pinks and stuff. It's not the classic all Christmas colors. It has a little bit different coloring, so I think I can work throughout the year. Mirabilia, Christmas in London. Then, is this a new start? I think this is a new start. I did a whole bunch of new start. When you get sick and you're home, what you do, you start a whole bunch of new things. With the needle and thread, Candy Cane Lane. I chose 32 count natural linen, 2/2. So far, I have this. I am using hand-dyed floss, but not the called for. I'm using from my own stash. Trying to match it. I darkened the reindeers because I thought it was too light. It was not, I did have the called for, but it was not showing up on my fabric. It was disappearing. So I used a darker one. For all the whites that you guys see, I usually use B5200 because I think that's the only one I can see. Maybe I'm blind, but I try not to use hand-dyed white floss. So this one, I don't remember if I showed you the start. It might be a new start, but yeah. Candy Cane Lane with Dyed Needle and Thread. I have almost all of her patterns, so my goal is not to just collect like mirrors. I'm trying to stitch the patterns that I bought it, so I don't just have it on my stash as collection. I have been wanting to start this Cori E Batikori 100% pure love. I don't know how to say 100%, but it says pure amor. It's international word, so everybody knows it. I think it's Italian. Crito Creativo. It sounds Italian, so I think this is Italian company. Cori E Batikori. I chose 18 count fabrics by Stephanie Ariel's Greto. Compared to the picture, look how pretty and bright the colors look. I did change the girl's coat color. it was, the color was asking for was close to my fabric color, so I did change that. But the rest is called for colors. So I have the trees. I went this way, middle. I have the trees I have to do, and this line of hearts. And this is one of those that I can live through the Valentine's Day. So it's Corey E. Corey. They are asking for 35 count linen. I used 18 count, Ada. And another one that I have it forever, so I finally, this is my third time restart for this design. Larida Eve. At the end, I end up buying the silk floss because every time I use the wrong linen or wrong, not wrong, DMC, I just did not like it. This design, I think I did need to use the silks. So this is Eve. This is one of those designs that at once when I show you guys, you won't see the potential until it's stitched. I love it because usually Adam and Eve are together. Over here, Eve is mother of living things. She's alone. I did like it, and there's the snake also over here, but she's the mother of all living things. You know, she's not giving apple to Adam, you know. I do like the way it looks. It is small. Let me see where. Excuse me. Just give you some stats, and I show you 40 count Taiko. Picture this plus, and I'm using the beading needle. If Ladida. So oh yeah. All right, I am stitching Little House Needleworks. Farmhouse Christmas, and I'm stitching this on 25 count even weave. Lori Halls be on my bonnet. It's a MF fabric, oatmeal. So I had this and this done, so I finished this and I started this. Even though they are tiny, they have a lot of stitches. Basically, each one is a full finish of its own. If I did it, let me see. Second one, and it's all called for hand-dyed floss, except the whites. So it's gonna be quite small, but the stitches are tiny and takes longer because they're tiny. I made a decision this year for all the holidays major, I'm gonna start something. This was not on my radar, but this is different. For Christmas, I was gonna start the Santa's Magic, but I did not have enough, all the stuff, so I started this one. This is Mirabilia Shakespeare's Fairies MD103. And I'm gonna stitch them on 32 count Halloween Party by Barbara Creations. She sells from Etsy. I think her stuff comes from Europe. Yeah, this is her type. I started her and I only put a middle start. Basically, it's a lantern. I started with the lantern. Shakespeare's Fairies. So this is my Christmas star. The fabric is so pretty, even though it says Halloween, but I thought it's like a foresty look. I really like this fabric I thought it gives that for a foresty dark, gloomy day look. And once I put all the fairies they have so much glitter, I think they're gonna shine. The only thing is I changed the beads. Even though I have the regular beads, I ordered the size 15, which is smaller than for size 11 that comes with the kit. So my beads gonna be smaller, but the charms is the same size as suggested. So this one is my red sampler, Rosewood Manor Red Rhapsody. It just, the reason I started this, I saw they came up with the Rosewood Manor Blue Rhapsody, and I wanted to buy it, but I made myself a promise I'm not gonna buy it unless I finish this, because what's the use, just buy it and not stitch it. So this is Rosewood Manor Red Rhapsody. I am stitching this, let me just show you guys. On, no, I lost it. This is it's the same one as the Scarlet Letter one, 38 count, 38 count linen. I'm losing stuff. It's a 38 count linen, and I am using the red Silks for You silks that comes from Australia. I did already put the 2003 over here, and it shows. So far I have the alphabet. I leave this on my desk whenever I just feel like it. I put few stitches, but I am hoping to finish 2003 since I already put the 2003. Let me see if it's gonna, yeah. So my New Year, new start. A friend, Instagram friend, she said she's starting it, and I wanted an excuse to start it, so I did start with her. We agreed January 1st, 2023, I started Mirabilia at the Met. I had already kitted up, but starting is hard for me, so sometimes it's good when someone says, hey, let's start together. It motivates me to start. It doesn't mean I'm gonna finish immediately, but at least I have it. This is MD 135, and I started with 32 count beetroot. I am not sure the dyer. I got the fabric from Kitten Stitcher, and usually they don't put the dyer's name, they just put the fabric name and the count. But I want to go ahead and say it's Fox and Rabbit, because I buy they do sell through her website. Beetroot, I can check it and let you guys know. And fabric, this is not my idea. If you go mirror on my Facebook page, I think admin stitched it on this color fabric. Maybe not a beetroot, but it was this tone. I saw it, and after that I seen a lot of Mira stitchers stitch on darker color at the Met. So I got the idea from other stitchers and from a Facebook group. Oh, I did wanted to give you guys correction. I forgot to say my last video, I did say the petite beads where I have heard from other stitchers that they might be out of, they might not produce anymore, but a viewer let me know that she did contact the virtual company, and they said it, no, that's not true. So they are not coming out of production, the beads. So I don't want to make anybody get worried about it, and I thank you for letting me know. The beads are not coming out. I think it's only Swarovski crystals. I might have misunderstood, so that's what it is. not the beads. So this is at the mat. I only worked on it, I want to say 2 days. One of my other goals, which I'm not gonna go through the plans today because I'm already past an hour, is to stitch some of my kits. I want to stitch some of my I have 2 of them. I'll go through my plans, but anyways, one of these is this one. So this is my gold collection, Dimensions Aurora Cabin. I almost didn't have anything stitched on it except the Christmas tree. So everything is new on this one. I only had this one, and usually I grid it because the suggestion is to start in the middle. And Dimension is famous not to give you enough fabric. So most people start in the middle. I did not want to start in the middle because it was the cabin. So I wanted to start my favorite place because I think my stitches look good. I started from here and I'm going down. So I had this tree. Everything else I added it. I have to say, for Dimensions, I do use their Ada, and the reason is, like these stitches, some of them are 5 and some of them are 6 strands of floss over 1, and 16 count Ada. Yeah, this is a 16 count, what is it, gray Ada. If you use linen, it will be warped because when you pull through 6 counts, it will pull through the linen fibers. Ida is much harsher, so it can handle it. I do use 2 kinds of needles. One is size 24, one is size 22, because I broke already 2 24s, 28s when I tried to do 4 floss over 1. So if it has more than 3 floss, I use size 24 needle. If it says 1 or 2, I use 28 because that's my favorite. And if you guys see it, the white, you stitch the white on top of it, then you go back and we stitch with blending filament the shine. This snows is taking me a long time to stitch. So but I was enjoying it, so I'm planning to on and off pick up this one and stitch. I wanted to stitch on my farm's dimension, but I misplaced it until just now. I just saw where it is. I forgot where I put it there. So okay, that's all my works in progresses and finishes of almost all 2022. I do have 3 fully finishes. I'll show it next time. I just don't want to stop the video or edit. I did bring some of my ornaments that I did not get the chance to show you guys last time, and I want to share them before I finish it. This is older finish. I just fully finished it. Lizzie Kate Let It Snow. It's one of those patterns that she gets, puts 3 different patterns together. And I just use this fabric and I use this fuzzy. It's a cording. It says metal in there. I just glued it on it. And I stuffed it with poly. Another old finish. I have no idea the pattern of where it come from or anything. I used 18 count Ada, long time ago stitched. I just added this and I finished it. Use this fabric. It says like all these bells and stuff. This cording comes like this from Joanne. It says Oh Christmas Tree. So I think it's a magazine finish, old one. But I didn't get to share it last time. I thought I'd show you guys this time. And the last but not least is Pineberry Lane. I don't remember the name. I did the pillow finish, basically like a pillow. I used the pillow method to stuff it, then I just put this stitches on, and for the side I use this cording to give that shiny look. Pineberry Lane, Christmas. Let me see if I have it here, because sometimes I surprise myself. No, I don't have it. All right, I think this is all I'm gonna share today. Thank you guys, thank you for watching it. And if you like this kind of content and you guys wanna help me out, because I have not posted 5 weeks, it's gonna take a algorithm while to catch up. If you wanna see more of my videos, I am gonna plan to show more of my stash and finishes and stuff. Most of my videos are not a lot of finishes like this, but I do show quite a bit. If you like what you see and you want to see more of it, please subscribe, like. That will let the YouTube know you're interested in my videos to suggest you, and also help me on the algorithms. I do appreciate everybody for watching it and hanging in there. I really hope this year will be the blessed year. I wish you everybody happiest new year, joy, happiness, health for everyone. Thank you guys for being patient and watching this. Thank you. Bye.